안녕하세요. 다우월드입니다. 며칠 전에 개최되었죠. 파이 네트워크의 Price and Discussion, 그 회의가 온라인 회의가 개최가 되었고요. 파이 메인넷을 앞두고 파이 네트워크의 가치에 대해서 상당히 건설적인 토의가 진행이 되었는데요. 이 회의에서는 TPL 파운더이죠. 크립토 레전드와 극초기 크로아티아 파이오니어로도 유명한 분이죠. 나토가 참여를 했고요. 또 파이 컨텐츠 크리에이터로 활동하고 있는 멜딘이라는 파이오니어도 참여를 해주었습니다. 물론 이분들은 코어팀이 아니고요. 파이 커뮤니티의 일원일 뿐이지만 나름 큰 영향력을 펼치고 있는 파이오니어들이라고 보시면 될 것 같습니다. 일단 크립토 레전드는 TPL이란 앱을 만들었고요. 또 수많은 파일럿들, 즉 테스터들이 이 앱에 같이 참여를 하고 있습니다. 그리고 이들이 중계를 해주는 방식으로 테스터가 아닌 일반 파이오니어들도 이 앱을 통해 파이로 상품 거래를 할 수 있게 되었고요. 그로 인해서 파이코인을 통해서 2,500여 건이라는 거래가 성사가 되었습니다. 이런 2,500여 건의 거래들이 유튜브나 SNS에 급격하게 또 퍼져나가면서 파이 네트워크가 대중들에게 더 빠르게 전파가 될 수 있었고요. 또 많은 유저들을 만들어냈다. 저는 이렇게 생각을 하고 있습니다. 어떻게 보자면 파이 네트워크의 커뮤니티를 아주 튼튼하게 만들어낸 1등 공신종 한 명이 아닐까 저는 생각을 하고 있고요. 그리고 저도 개인적으로 TPL 운영자들이나 크립토 레전드에게 온라인을 통해서 여러 가지 질문들도 하고 대화를 해보았는데, 그러면서 알게 되었던 부분은 크립토 레전드, 이 사람은 크립토 시장에 대한 이해도가 아주 뛰어나고 또 파이오니어들에게 절대 과대 광고라든지 거짓 광고를 하지 않는 사실만을 보여주기를 원하는 아주 논리적인 사람이라는 것, 저는 개인적으로 그렇게 판단을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 여기 나토라는 파이오니어는 크로아티아에서 현직 의사입니다. 이렇게 극초반부터 커뮤니티의 대표 일원으로서 이런 토의에 참석을 많이 했었고요. 또 파이코인으로 커피 사 마시기 등의 영상 등을 이제 SNS 통해서 홍보를 해오면서 또 파이 커뮤니티를 만들어 오는데 상당히 큰 공헌을 했던 사람이라 저는 생각을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 이분 SNS를 저도 팔로잉을 하고 있는데요. 그 트위터를 팔로잉을 하고 있는데 이분 역시 전체적인 크립토 시장에 대한 이해도가 엄청 높은 분으로 저는 판단을 하고 있습니다. 어쨌든 이런 커뮤니티 대표격인 사람들이 온라인상에서 모여서 파이의 가치를 논하는 것을 저도 유심히 잘 들었고요. 아주 긴 영상이었기 때문에 전체적인 영상을 다 해석해드리는 것은 힘이 들었지만 일단 요약본만 추려서 일부분만 일단 공유를 해드리도록 하겠습니다.
Hello everyone. I joined Pi Network very early on and noticed that there was a lot of information out there that many pioneers needed to know. That wasn't available to and accessible to many pioneers because it was very early and there were a lot of questions that many people had. So about a year later, I created the Pi Lifestyle to help educate many pioneers about what Pi is, what it can do, and how many people it can help. And before that, I created Pi the global cryptocurrency. And I did that with a few other founders. And then later on, I created the Pi Lifestyle. So all of that was just to help people understand what Pi is and how it can help them. And since then, it's been growing and there's been a lot of people that have contributed to make it what it is today. Money, right? So what you're looking at there in terms of that idea, right now in the coin market cap, the market cap for all the cryptocurrencies is around 2 trillion. So it's less by 1 trillion than 3 trillion. So it's actually around 2 trillion right now. And the question is, is Pi ever going to be worth 10 trillion if the entire market cap of crypto for all the cryptocurrencies, there are over 15,000 of them, equals only 2 trillion right now, with Bitcoin taking the lead. It holds about 40% of all the money that's been invested, and then you got Ethereum following after with about 20% of all the money that's invested in crypto. So it all comes back down to, is Pi seen as a currency or is it seen as an asset class? Because if it's an asset class, it depends on how much money has been invested into it. But when you start talking about it as a currency, then you need to start understanding money. And so in the idea of money, in terms of all the type of money that's out there in the world, how much is that? And is that enough for the world? Obviously it's not, because the way that it's been distributed, there's a very small percentage of people in the world that hold a vast majority of the world's wealth. So that is something that Pi Network has been tackling by distributing it on a meritocratic system so that people have a fair advantage in terms of acquiring the Pi over time. So there's about $40 trillion in circulation. This is US dollars and you're talking about physical money and money that's like in savings accounts and checking accounts. Then you got money in the form of like investments, derivatives, cryptocurrencies that exceeds 1.3 quadrillion. Now, quadrillion is a big number, okay? That is 1,000 trillions. That's a lot of money. But there's M0, M1, M2, M3. And so what is all that? M0 is the physical currency that's in circulation. So for us, that would be like pi that's circulating. That includes coins, notes, and bills. That's M0. M1 includes all the currency in M0, plus all the money that's held in deposits, traveler's checks, checkable deposits, anything negotiable, order of withdrawal. Basically, M1 money contains all the currency and the assets that can be converted into cash. So it's about liquidity. M2 is more illiquid. You're talking about savings deposits, mutual funds, money market securities, and time deposits. So all of that and these assets that can be used and exchanged as a medium are less liquid than M1, but it is another form of money. And M3 is the final form of money. It is M2 plus large certificates of deposits, institutional money market funds, short-term repurchase agreements. All of these are less liquid, but they are a form of money supply. So now that you understand that the entire money supply in the world is in the quadrillions, the question is 100 billion of pi in supply to be handled and be used as currency for goods and services when we're talking about economic value? Is 100 billion pi enough for the entire world? Because right now we're at 30 million pioneers, but in the future we're going to be over 100 million. And then maybe in the near future, even 1 billion people will own pi. So the question is 100 billion enough?
All right, Crypto Legend. Thank you very much. Thank you for. I think I love the way you ended your discussion, because once we are able to answer that particular question, if 100 billion of max supply of pi in circulation, is it enough for close to about 7 to 8 billion people when talking about economic value? So pioneers, I think we might begin to need to change. Begin to change our view, what we really call value, what we call money, and what we call assets. Okay. So one thing the Crypto Legend have been able to make us see is that when we consider pi as an asset, well, because the truth is, when you look at every other cryptocurrencies out there, many of them aren't a true currency for daily transactions. Many of them are just a means to get other real money, because by the time all of these crypto traders get to trade and then make profits, eventually they convert the profits into dollar or their native currency, their fiat currency, and then that's when they now begin to use it even in the economy, in their economy. So basically what I'm saying is we need to begin to have a shift of idea between assets and money. Okay, so just a way to emphasize it again, what Pi Network really is trying.
Yeah, well, I think Crypto Legend actually explained it all nicely, because the numbers speak for themselves. I always say I'm pretty lucky that I've seen Pi's vision from the beginning. So from the first day when I started to mine Pi, I knew that I was mining actually the future currency, not just digital asset in the terms of investment vehicle. So, we can all conclude that there are many more fiat units or units of the fiat currencies in the world than there ever will be pi units for the whole world. So, and not to mention that 100 billion is actually the max supply. The effective supply for the community is 65 billion. So that makes it even less of a number. Not nearly enough for the whole planet. It is enough, but that's why we have 7 decimal spaces in one pi. That's why we have million slices, as I like to call them. And therefore, its value will probably go beyond, economical value will probably go beyond our imagination, but it will take some time. We need to think that there are a lot of folks inside Pi community who do not believe actually in Pi, in the way that we do. Those kind of people will probably, and they're probably looking at it as an investment vehicle, something that they've earned for free, and they want to sell for fiat and for some good amount of fiat as soon as possible. When those people offload themselves by their own will from our economy, then we are ready to thrive. After that, the sky is the limit. But there will probably be initial volatility until those people who do not see the vision of the project that further on, that far in the future, they will probably exit, at least temporarily exit from the economy. But after that, it's all on us.
Right. So over to you, Fico. All right. So yeah, I want to believe that.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here?
Go ahead, Milton.
I would say we will not even be able to see the actual trading volume of Pi ever, because as Crypto Legend said, so far on CoinMarketCap you only see the money that has been invested in that cryptocurrency, but Pi is not going that way. We will use Pi for everyday goods and services, and I would say such a platform can't even monitor or display such things. We will not even be able to see the full potential of Pi on such usual sites, or call them however you want. It will be even hard. Imagine if just someone today uses Pi to buy some phones or PCs or whatever. You can't display that on CoinMarketCap or whatever.